Another beautiful day here in Ocean Park on the Long Beach Peninsula on the Washington State coast. Just recently installed a new pump and sediment filter. I opted for the Rusco Spindown filter. I got the 1.5 inch intake outlet port, and I sleeved it down to the 1 inch pipe that I'm using. I figured that I would get the larger diameter port because the housing on the top looked like it was larger to facilitate better full flow. I didn't want to have that as a choke point or a restriction, so my advice would be, all things being the same and the cost being the same, opt for the larger port and then sleeve it down to the size of pipe that you got using bushings. I saw some comparison videos online doing pressure tests between some of the other popular sediment filters, and this Rusco unit stood up to over 900 psi of pressure before it failed, and even at that it just started leaking and didn't burst. And a lot of the other spin down filters on that are available, they were failing around 350 400 psi. They were just completely detonating. So anyway, that impressed me. The other nice thing on this is that you've got this the wide variety of meshes that are available. It came with a poly mesh screen. I've got the 250 size. I didn't want to go so small that I might be restricting flow, but I wanted to go small enough that any of the screens on my faucets wouldn't get clogged with anything. I don't have a huge sediment problem here. This has been in for a week and I haven't had to clean it yet. There's a few little nuggets in there, and mainly the issue I have is we have a lot of iron in the water here, and you can see it's discolored the mesh filter on there. It was white to start with and it's kind of a rusty red color now, but I'm very pleased with it. The only other thing I can mention, you can see on the bottom there's that ball valve. It comes with a Schedule 40, a white polypropylene or PVC ball valve, and it was really tight, really hard to turn, and it seemed like it would put a lot of stress on the body of the filter. So I went to our local farm store. It's a Wilco up here in the Northwest, and I found this Schedule 80 valve, and it's silky smooth and it turns really easy. So it was $5 and it really makes a difference. And then I went and got a 1/2 inch shark bite push fitting, and what is that? I think that's a 3/8 inch tubing. So it's a 1/2 inch shark bite to 3/8 inch outside diameter tubing, and I just drilled a little hole there at the bottom to exit the pump house. So I don't have to use a bucket or anything. I can just come over here and just crack it open. There, let's see. Just that easy. If you do get some sediment built up, you just crack it open, let it go, and it flushes out. And you can kind of do the opposite. If you shut this valve here coming from the pump, and open that up, the pressure from the line in the house will kind of back flush the filter and dislodge anything that's in the screens. So it's really really impressed with the unit. It was a snapped install. It seems to be extremely sturdy, and the O-rings and everything on there are nice fat O-rings. So, and while we're on it here, these valves that I found on Amazon are amazing. They are serviceable. Without going into too much detail, you can completely disassemble them and replace the inner seals on them. You can adjust the tension, in other words, how tight the action is on it. They are really great valves, and the way you can see the way the levers are, they're offset, so you've got a good you've got really good leverage. So anyway, let's see if I can get a name here for you. Hydroseal. And they weren't that expensive. And I'm telling you, they are nice. They are really, they're just silky smooth. Beautiful ball valves. Let's see, anything else I can put out there. Nope. There goes my pump. I've got my drip irrigation going. The other thing I might point out that I did different on this installation, I use these shark bites. They're a 1-inch shark bite PVC. And I put them here. You can release these. And also, if I needed to snug up the pipe there, if I got a drip or something, or I need to remove it, the pipe pivots on the seal on the shark bite, so you know you can remove it, you can adjust it, it pivots. And my pump, this is I replaced. I had a Myers was the HJ100S. It's a 1 horsepower shallow well. My last one, same model, was in service for 15 years, and the pump actually didn't fail. It was just a buildup of iron that I had inside of it. It was clogging the jet. So I ordered a new one, and I rebuilt the old one, so I've got it to swap out. So highly recommend the Myers pumps. That at least from my experience, 15 years, and it's still going strong. And I just rebuilt it, and that 15-year-old unit, when this one starts to clog up, it'll come in and I'll rebuild this one, and this will be the replacement.